it really hit me that like I'm gonna have to go through with this. I'm Bethany Kleck, and I have been doing YouTube for 3 years now. Today I just wanted to talk about my move and how I got through it. It's really not that big of a topic that people talk about on YouTube. Me going through 2 big moves, you know, I know that now I can help y'all more to get through that. Yeah, let's just get into it. My first move was after my 7th grade year. So we moved out about 45 minutes from where we were. It wasn't that big of a change. I've been to the same school since I was, you know, in kindergarten all the way through 7th grade. And so it was kind of a big shock. I told my dad, like, listen, like, as long as I stay at the same church, I'm good. The church was such a big part of my life. Like, I could not let that go. The summer between my 7th and 8th grade year, that's really when I started YouTube. It took me a while to get into the stuff. Everyone thought I was very stupid. I asked a lot of questions, and so I feel like people always like judge me for asking questions. That played a big role in like my middle school and early high school life. Sophomore year, my sister went off to college. She was a senior when I was a freshman, and so then sophomore year I got my license, and I made varsity tennis, and I was really content with my life. Sophomore year was a great year. I dated this guy for 9 months. It was a lot of fun. He was on the tennis team with me, and it was just overall like a really good year. February, my dad told me, he was like, hey, like, how do you feel about moving? And I was like, okay, yeah, that, at first I was like, okay, like, that would be cool, like, Illinois, that's up north, like, new, snow. About March, that was when I, like, really found out, like, okay, this is happening, like, we're actually moving. It was for his job, obviously, and it was a great opportunity for him, and I did not want him to miss it just because of what I was feeling or what was going through my head. So I was just trusting him. I told him the last time I moved, I was like, as long as I stay at the same church, I'm fine. I'm not staying at the same church. Am I gonna be fine? And it really hit me that like I'm gonna have to go through with this, and I'm not gonna like. So when I finally found out that I was moving, I told my friends. My dad went up to Illinois in May, which I was still in school, and so I didn't see him for like 3 months. My mom left June 10th, and then I stayed in Texas until July 16th. Camp really hit me hard. The theme was about identity, and it made me realize like who I am isn't an athlete. It's not someone who wears cowboy boots all the time, even though I'm from Texas. It's not that person that everyone wants me to be. Be yourself, and don't worry about what other people say. And I know that can be hard, but looking back, I'm like, I shouldn't have ever gotten worked up about that, and I should have just like let it go and been happy. I was with my best friends, and I was just having like the time of my life. I started realizing like this is my family, like this is who I grew up with. These are the people that I've loved my entire life, and people that I've gone through everything with. And so a lot of friendships were strengthened through that. I know that I can always come back and they'll be there for me. I went on the choir tour mission trip, and that was very emotional for me too. I just kept on thinking about my parents, and I was like I never even thought that I would miss them. I was like, okay, it's just 2 months, like not even 2 months, it's like a month. Like I'm not gonna miss them. I just want to have fun with my friends, and then I'll see them afterwards. Like either way, I'm gonna see them. My parents actually met me where we were in Kansas City, and straight from there we went to Chicago, and I settled here Saturday night, and then the next morning I went to church. And it wasn't home, but it was close. It was something that I could get used to. at the beginning, I really missed my friends, and I was like, okay, like I want to go have fun this summer. I still have half of my summer left, and I'm spending it laying in my bed doing nothing. Like I was watching Netflix and helping my mom with moving. Like I couldn't do anything because I had no one to do it with. Then school started, and I walked in with one of the people that I met at my church. It can be hard walking into something where you don't know anyone, but it's also a great opportunity for you to do your own thing. The first people that you meet are not going to be like your best friends forever, and you're going to lose friends in the past, and you're going to move on from it, and you're going to be fine. So for me, people at my school told me to get into a club, find something you love, and pursue it. In September, I started going to Young Life, and I met wonderful people. I can't believe like how great they are. I just can't believe it. I remember my mom told me like she prayed for like someone like my best friend back home to come into my life, and the next morning was church, and that's when I got introduced to her parents. And then Monday, the next day, she was actually in one of my classes, and I didn't even know it, and we ended up being best friends. And then she took me to Young Life, and that is where I met the rest of her friends. I'm so glad that I moved here because I honestly don't know how I lived without the people that are in my life now. They mean so much to me. Like I tell them everything, and they don't judge me for it, and they're always there for me. And if you're in the middle of moving and you haven't found those people yet, I can relate because I went through it for 2 months, but I also can't because I found them. But I promise you, sometime in your life, you will find those people. No matter when you're moving, there's always going to be a chance for you to meet those lifelong friends. I feel like when you move, you can get in this negative mindset and think like, oh, like everything sucks, you know? I feel like having that mindset just to like do your best, it can really help you get through a lot of things and make you realize like, oh, I'm better than this. Like, why am I laying in bed all the time? Like, I don't need to be doing that. No matter what you're stressing about, it's not worth it. And you will have moments where you don't understand why. This happened to me even after I joined Young Life. I was like, why did I have to move here? If you think negatively, that is how it's gonna feel. Like, I don't even know what to call home anymore. Like, if that's going through your mind, then that's what's gonna happen. Like, you're not gonna be happy. You have to just trust the process. That's what I did for a lot of it, and so many opportunities come up, and it's just like, if you have that mindset, you will be a lot happier at the end of the day. It took a while, but I finally understand why I moved, and I am so glad I did. This is how my life was supposed to plan out, and I'm cool with it. And I probably wouldn't have said that 4 months ago. That's my story. I needed to get it out, I guess. Yeah, that's the end of my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want more, then please comment down below and give this video a thumbs up, and I'm out. Bye. It just started snowing outside. What the? First, I don't know how to say this. Initially, some friendfish. Life can be through ever.